Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry about some shifting and noises. Maybe I should turn this up a bit. I hope that works, that I turned it up a little bit. I am sorry it's taken so long to get back into podcasting. I just posted, even though I just posted my summer bucket list. Even though I recorded it probably a month ago and it was still late when I made it. Because I should have posted it and made it at the beginning of the summer, but I did not. So there's that embarrassing moment. And then I am currently going to create this podcast where I'm doing my fall bucket list. Yeah. So, and I'm currently hand knitting. It's like all the rage right now. It's like that really popular, like big chunky yarn to make the big chunky fuzzy warm blankets. And I'm doing a butterscotch orange for my son because he loves orange. And then I made two like antique rose type color blankets for my daughter. I made like a baby blanket and like bigger kid size blanket, kid into teenage, big enough for potentially like an adult even, when she's an adult, I guess. But now I'm making Everest. I made him a little small blanket that he could put on his lap and be cozy. And then I'm going to make like a full-size blanket. I'm making a full-size blanket now. So anyways, I'm enjoying that fall activity. And I'm going to enjoy it while we chit-chat about my fall bucket list. I was really excited to make this podcast. Primarily because, let me get a little closer to you. Primarily because I've been thinking about fall a lot, and it's kind of, the seasons are changing every single day. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear. Like, it'll start like 40 in the morning and get up to like 70. And like yesterday was 80, but it starts at like 40 and 50 in the morning, which is like so topsy-turvy. I'll go to lift at the gym, and like when I step out the door it's like 40s and 50s, and then when I come home it's already in the 60s, so it's kind of confusing. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing, the weather. And I'll start out like, we went mini golfing the other day and it was like 50 or 60, so I put pants on, and then by the time we left it was like 80 something. So a little bit bipolar if you ask me. Yeah. So anywho, I'm really excited about the fall podcast, this fall bucket list, to talk about all the things that I want to do this fall. And I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't heard my summer bucket list, go check it out, because there's a lot of fun things that you can do next summer if you didn't do them. I think I'm going to make a new summer bucket list when the time comes. I'll make a new one for next year. And then I'll make that at the beginning of the summer, of course. But this year I missed out and did it late. It was like basically at the end. It was basically when fall was kind of turning. Sorry if you hear like some shifting cloth. That is me knitting. Anywho, grandma things. Oh, I have to get a lighter. Excuse me. If you're wondering why I had to get a lighter, it's because I'm going to get some new yarn and a new spool. Well, it's part of a spool, and I'm going to connect the two pieces of yarn by fire and by burning the fabric. I was doing square knots, but I felt like it was too bulky, you know? So I'm just hoping that this like works a little bit better by melding the fabric together a little bit. So here's hoping. I'm kind of doing this so this is kind of part of my fall bucket list, what I'm doing right now, because knitting is on the bucket list. So yeah, I'm really excited about this project because I feel like we are like a big blanket kind of family. Like, we're always looking to collect more blankets and add them, and we have so many blankets. I wish you could see this room that I am podcasting in. It's like our prayer room / desk / my recording studio / yeah, whatever, like storage. It's like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, let's get into what we're supposed to be here for, in the whole point of why we're here. Let's talk about my fall bucket list. Please comment below, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And comment if you're on Spotify some of the things that you're doing that I did not mention, because I would love to add them to my bucket list and do these things this fall. I currently have not written them down like on a piece of paper. They're just on my phone. But I intend to write them down like in my journal and cross them off once I have completed them, because some of the things I've actually already done. I just haven't written it off yet, like check the box that I did it. But okay, let's get into it. The first thing I want to do is make, I guess these are in no particular order. Like, I don't really have like an order of how I want to do them, so I just kind of been doing them at random. But the first thing I wrote down was make a like fall wreath. I'm kind of thinking like a lot of pine. Okay, well, baby girl, our Eden was crying, but Caleb is with her. So, if you hear him singing Tarzan songs, yes, you heard right, Tarzan songs, in the background, that is what he is doing, trying to calm her down. So my microphone is epic and picks up everything, so I do apologize in advance. But I unfortunately do not have a studio. I hope one day to have like a nice place to record, but at my current state in life, I do not, and it is okay with me. Sometimes it's a little frustrating, but honestly, I'm going to do what I can with what I have, and that's where I'm at. So yeah, I'm thinking like a lot of pine for the wreath. Maybe some pine cones, maybe some berries, like hot glue gunning it type of thing. But I would like to make a wreath, maybe with some friends type of thing, like a fall wreath making hangout. I don't know, maybe that's so grandma, and like the younger people here would feel like that's so boring. Comment below, comment if this is like a grandma thing to do, because I kind of feel like I'm really interested in making like a cute wreath and hanging it on my door for the fall / winter. Maybe I'll make like a combo, like fall / winter wreath. I don't know, but I'm thinking like pine and pine cones, maybe some leaves, maybe I'm just gonna gather a bunch of different things. I would love to put some birch, like birch bark in there. I don't really know. There's not like that many birch trees around here, so I might have a little bit more difficult doing that. But I might see like what the interest is in our community and see if like some women want to do that. Okay, next I want to do like some fall painting, like watercolors, maybe a little bit of acrylic. But I want to do some like fall like design, fall type paintings. Whether that's like scenic, like fall colors, or like a fall scene, these type of things. Let's see, where are we? I want to do like a fall hike, like when the leaves are turning, this kind of thing. The seasons changing, the leaves are changing. I just feel like that's so beautiful and so gorgeous. And sometimes on hikes I really do stop, like don't stop to like take in the scenery, but I hope you can't hear her too much. I can hear her in my headphones, so hopefully my voice is I think she's having a rough time, and it makes me very self-conscious about this. But here, 1 minute. Okay, yes, and hiking, I am looking forward to like a really pretty fall hike, so we'll see if that is possible. I don't have too high of hopes for a hike this fall, but potentially with friends I may be able to get a hike in, potentially with just baby girl and bring her only. Everest would be a little difficult, and we don't really have like the carrier for him at the moment. For that, I would have to probably carry him because it would be too much to like, I don't know that he would be able to do that, obviously. So let me get a little bit closer to the mic, and sorry about the rustling. There, that's better. That looks a little bit better for audio. Okay. But a fall hike up in the woods, so beautiful, so stunning. And like an afternoon like lookout. You know what would be really fun would be like either a sunrise or a sunset hike. In my case it might be better, like I'm thinking maybe sunrise. But either way, the lions are out here, so yeah, no fun. Oh, the first yawn. It's already getting late. It's like 9. That's late for me, you know. Painted leaves. I saw this thing. I think it was like, I don't know if it was on Instagram or like if I just saw it online or Pinterest or something, but it was like painting the leaves with like different animal, like zebra characters or lion on the leaves, like the really crunchy like maple leaves, those kind of things, and then painting on them, or just painting colors. I feel like that would be really fun for Everest and myself to do that, so I'm hoping to do that this fall. But there aren't a lot of maple trees around here, so I'd have to be kind of specific and kind of go like when I find them, like be very intentional about collecting them. Let's see. I would like to host like a fall potluck with like some friends, like trying to do it outside in the afternoon. I feel like that would be really fun in like a fun pretty backyard with tables, and I just feel like that would be a really fun fall afternoon activity, you know, just to get together and be out in nature when the leaves are changing and the air is crisp and fun, and everybody's dressed up in like cute fall clothes and like candles on the tables, you know, these type of things. I just heard like the air go on. I'm like, why did it get louder? But it's because of our air is so loud. Let's see. Right? Okay, where I grew up in Minnesota, and they have apple orchards everywhere, right? And um, I've lived in a few different states recently, and none of these places have apple orchards, and it's super disappointing come this time of year because it's always been such a wonderful tradition that I grew up with and grew up in as a kid, and even like as an adult, like right even after college I would go to apple orchards with my roommates, and we'd take pictures and all the things that you do at apple orchards. If you're not familiar, if you live in a state that doesn't have apple orchards, oh, it's a wonderful fall activity. They have hay rides, and you can sip honey sticks of different flavors like cinnamon honey and apple honey and I don't know, cinnamon roll honey and honey, I don't know. And then they have hot apple cider and hot cocoa and hay rides. I already said that. You can pick your own apples, you can pick your own pumpkin, and buy that. You sometimes they have like lots of like knickknacks and syrups you can buy, and household items that you like a shop, like a gift shop, and people buy all these fall things, like fall decor, and oh, it's just a really fun thing that is not like taken advantage of here. Like, we should have more apple orchards here. Anyways, apple orchard is like one of my favorite fall traditions, and so I am determined to find one out here and to make that happen this year. I'm very, very excited about the apple orchard idea, and I think about it literally, no joke, every day. So along with that, I would love to go on a hayride. Let me take a drink. Sorry, I hope I can't hear myself. Yuck. Okay, take a drink. I wanted to go on a hayride and like take pictures on the hayride and do that whole thing. And Everest go on a hayride, and usually they're pulled by tractors, so he would totally love to be pulled by a tractor. That would just make his like fall, you know. Let's see, honey sticks, I talked about that. We actually already got some honey sticks from this one activity that we did where we were panning for gold. They had honey sticks there. So I've only tried which ones did we try? The pina colada honey stick and the peppermint honey stick. So there's like 10 other flavors that we didn't try, but I've actually already done the honey stick thing, and I'm so excited. It's so sweet and so fun, and such a fun childhood memory that is so nostalgic for me, because that's what we would do growing up. That was like one of our favorite treats when we would go to the apple orchard in the fall. To pick apples, that kind of goes along with the apple orchard. The apple orchard situation. It's always just so much fun to be able to go and pick your own apples and fill up your bag, and then you buy the apples. And the last time that I had roommates when I lived in Minnesota, we did that for our Christmas picture as friends, as our household, and that was just, it's so much fun, and it's such a beautiful time of year, and the leaves are changing, and I don't know, it's just so sweet. Pick pumpkins, I already mentioned that, but I am really excited about picking pumpkins and carving pumpkins, and even though we don't really celebrate Halloween so much, I am just really excited about carving pumpkins this year. And like, I don't know, like, if it's like a religious conviction. I feel like it's a religious conviction for some people, but like carving pumpkins itself, I don't really believe is evil. So I was thinking of carving like a truck in a pumpkin for my son, because he really loves that. And then I think I'm going to talk about carving pumpkins, and we have not done that yet this year, and we've never done that since Everest was alive, or since I've been married. We didn't do any pumpkin anything, so I kind of want to do it this year, and I've been thinking about it a lot, actually, because like I want to carve like a truck in the pumpkin, and then have him, and carve the top, and then pull it off, and then have him come and grab the gooiness. We can do this out on the deck, so it don't matter how messy it is, it's whatever. And then like he can take all the gooey stuff out, and we can separate the seeds from the goo, and put the goo in a container, and then we can make like pumpkin bread or pumpkin muffins or anything, something pumpkin. I'm not sure exactly, but I want to make something kind of unique with the pumpkin mixture. And then I want to bake the seeds. So that is also another tradition. I think that's on the list too, and now I've already mentioned it, but it's just such, I might like touch on it when I cover it again, but it's just such a wonderful memory from when I was a kid, and my family always did it because we always carved pumpkins because we didn't know whatever about Halloween. So yeah, picking pumpkins is part of the apple orchard experience. Okay, pick your pumpkin. It's so much fun, and I haven't done it in so long. Okay, pumpkin spice lattes. I pretty much get a pumpkin spice latte, no joke, like a lot of days. And I think I'm gonna get like my own pumpkin spice syrup and just start making it. And maybe I'll find something different. Like I literally toggle between toasted marshmallow or s'mores or pumpkin spice, but mostly I default pumpkin spice around this time. Like, why beat around the bush? And I'm really excited. Hopefully on one of these cold days I'll get a hot pumpkin spice latte instead of my regular cold pumpkin spice latte, like iced pumpkin spice latte. I really want to experience a hot one, so I'm gonna like make that a separate tab, like a hot pumpkin spice latte, because I really default to iced coffee pretty much now all the time. And growing up I used to always be like a hot coffee kind of girl, but like I don't know why, just maybe because it's like trending so much or whatever, or like everybody gets iced coffee. But like I definitely want to have a hot pumpkin spice latte one of these days. So I've had an iced one, so that is technically checked off, but I have not had a hot pumpkin. I've had a cold one, I have not had a hot one. So I put a s'mores latte, and I actually already have had a s'mores latte twice now, and I kind of invented it myself, or like the place where we get coffee in our town really doesn't make a s'mores latte, but my husband and I kind of invented it. Like we did 1 pump toasted marshmallow, I keep burping, those are burps. 1 pump toasted marshmallow, and then another pump, 1 more pump chocolate syrup. So then it turns into like a s'mores. It's so good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I already accomplished that. That was on my list, but I have actually had a s'mores latte, and I might try a hot. I wonder what toasted marshmallow hot would taste like. Next time I go to get coffee in the morning, like today I went and got coffee in the afternoon, so it was like 60 degrees, so I didn't necessarily want a hot coffee at that point. But if I go early in the morning when it's still like 40 degrees, then I will have to get a hot coffee. The thing about like iced coffee is it's still good all day, but it feels like once the hot coffee gets cold, it's not like it turns into an iced coffee. No, the flavor is changed. Like the chemistry of the coffee is different when it is just hot. I don't know because it was hot to begin with, and then they threw ice in it and it made it cold. So maybe if I add ice to it later, maybe if I have a hot coffee and then I add ice to it later, maybe it can still be saved. I don't know, because reheating the coffee just doesn't do the same thing. Again, the chemistry I feel like is changed of the coffee, and I really do feel like if you get iced coffee from the beginning, like the chemistry is away. But if you drink and sip your hot coffee and then later try to make it iced, it just doesn't taste the same. I'm telling you, I don't know why, but the chemistry has changed. Anyways, rant over. Sit out on the porch and watch the harvest moon. Okay, this is something very, very sweet. I would love to do this, like from sunset until like it's dark out, and even then, like I'm putting up like these little Edison bulb lights all around. I haven't done them yet, but I have like all the tools to do that, and I'm going to probably put it up tomorrow because I did like a bunch of chores today and yesterday. So I've been like doing lots of different projects a few days at a time, and those projects have taken precedence. Like I cleaned our guest room, and that took a day or 2 days, and then I did then we had guests over, then we went to Denver, then we had guests, then I had to do our like weekend chores, and I kind of did them late, like into this week, and then now it's the weekend, so I have to do the weekend chores again. And then the laundry took like a whole day because I had like 8 or 9 loads, and we were really busy recently, so then I only got to do laundry. And then today I did the weekend chores again, and then I also went to clean the kids' room to resort a few things and kind of sort like I have all these baby bottles for my cousin, and we just didn't need like over 100 Modelo bottles, so I'm getting rid of some, and I just sorted and made more room for toys and clothes and stuff. And yeah, I'm not quite done, but I have a bunch of chores like that. But anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, one of my chores is to put the lights up around our deck, and I just haven't got there. So I think I'm going to do that tomorrow during the kids' nap, if that works. But I have to drill in some 2x4s on the deck, and then like staple the lights to the house, and then yeah. So I'm really excited about that because sitting out on the deck would be so fun, and I think those lights will keep mountain lions away too. So anyways, but I think I'm gonna put those I wonder if those lights will affect the view. They probably would, unless you're in the pitch black dark, but I still want to sit out with the lights, with like a hot tea or something, and watch the harvest moon and the sunset on our porch. That would be very, very sweet, fun fall outfit, like fun activity, like getting all cozy, like once the kids are in bed and watching the harvest moon. Oh, so fun. And those are like the moon is just so big. I just love that. And it makes me think of Little Bear. My son loves to watch Little Bear, so it just is so sweet and nostalgic for me because my little son loves it. Sorry, I'm just seeing how many rolls of yarn I have left because my son's blanket that I'm knitting while I'm chit-chatting with you doesn't seem that far along, but I only have 2 rolls of yarn left. So, dilemmas. I may have to start my husband's blanket. If I don't have enough yarn, I'll have to wait until I get more, and I'll start Caleb's blanket. I'm making winter blankets for everybody. Right now, we're kind of on a kick about making these blankets, and I've made 2 for baby Eden, a big one and a little one, and now I'm making the second one, the bigger one, for Everest, which I'm excited about. Then I'm going to make a really big one for Caleb, just one for him. Okay, next, I want to bake apple desserts. I kind of want to try making an apple pie, and bringing it to our neighbors. And then I also saw like these cinnamon apple like fritters, like, but they were like little, like donut hole kind of, but they were apple fritters. I don't know. I'm really curious to try it, and I really want to try it, so I think I'm going to at some point this fall is try to make those. I also want to make apple cider. That is definitely a big thing on my list, and I want to make that potpourri, like it's with cloves and cinnamon sticks and orange peels, and then just you boil the water, and then you put that stuff in there, and then you put it on simmer, and you let it sit on the stove, and it makes your house smell so fall and seasonal, and it's like not toxic or anything, and so it just brightens the house a little bit, you know. Yes, but apple cider is like, oh, so good. I kind of want to like make it so it's not so sugary, but I definitely want to make some apple cider this fall. I'm down. I'm down for it. I'm here for it. Let's see. Fall photos. We technically already did that. My sister was visiting here from San Diego, and she took pictures of us when we were at the zoo, and those pictures were so cute. But okay, so that's technically our Christmas photo. So, but they were just fall photos at the time, and they kind of turned into our Christmas photo. But I want to take more fall photos, even though we have taken some. But I want to take them like when we're out on our hike, and like when we're going to like these different towns that have beautiful, like their trees all turning colors. Yeah, like those kind of fall photos. But I feel like we're taking fall photos each and every day. Like today I took some fall photos of my son and I at the park, and he was on the monkey bars, and it was like golden hour, and I don't know, it was just really cute. A cute fall photo, if you ask me. So we're kind of already, oh dear, oh no, I forgot one of the loops, man. This will just have to be, oh dear, how many rows? I cannot. You know what? I think I have a plan. I messed something up on my, gosh, I don't know. I might have to redo it. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just gonna have to redo it. So annoying. Goodness, I'm like undoing a bunch of rows because of my mix-up, which is such a bummer. Because it's basically like I haven't done anything while I've been chit-chatting with you, because I messed up like several rows of this blanket, which is so unfortunate, souls. Okay. Anyways, let's see what's next. A fall fair or festival. I actually have in mind something coming up this weekend. Not this weekend that we're in, but this upcoming weekend, there is a fall festival that I'm really excited about. I think there's another fall festival in October in Minnesota, and I plan to visit Minnesota at that time. So I think I'll be going to a few fall festivals, which I'm really excited about, don't get me wrong. Okay, I think I'm back on track with my little blanket here. I can't believe it. I literally had to undo like several rows of my blanket, but it just wouldn't have worked out if I didn't go back and redo this, which is so unfortunate because I've gotten so far just by chit-chatting with you. It is what it is. Anywho, fall festivals are just the best because you're all dressed up so cute, and then there's so many opportunities like with all the decor at the festival and all the cute like cotton candy and different rides, and just so many family opportunity, like photo opportunities with the fall fairs. I am looking forward to it in a big way. Sorry, I think there's a car driving by that is that loud, and I'm terribly sorry. But fall fairs on festivals are the sweetest, really. All the competitions and all the fun foods. Oh my gosh, a blast. Okay, I want to make a fall flower arrangement, a couple different ones. It makes me want to put like hay or like maple leaves or something. I don't know, but I want to add them to those kind of things, like to a flower, like a fall flower arrangement. So I definitely want to gather, like maybe it's wildflowers or something like real from the store. But I don't know. I've been thinking about that for some time, like a fall flower arrangement. I want to visit a small town and see the colors change. I think it's like certain towns have the right trees. Where I live, there's a lot of pine trees, so they don't have like the colors changing. You have to go like more north for that. And so I want to go to like those small towns and visit and see their little, like, their changing leaves. And I'm really excited to see that. Go on a drive and just get a coffee and see that for sure. I want to make caramel apples. That is something that my family used to do, is make caramel apples during this season. And you'd put like sprinkles on it or nuts or something. And we used to do it like every year. We would get like this type of caramel that is like a caramel in a sheet already, and then you would wrap it all around it and melt it and put it in the oven, and then you could put like sprinkles or nuts on it. So I think that's a fun project that Everest and I would like to do, and then put a stick through it. I think that would be a really fun project that him and I would both like. And then you're eating apples with a little bit of caramel. I don't know if I'm going to do the sheet one, because the caramel, like the sheet caramel, because it's, the caramel isn't that good. It kind of tastes pretty artificial, which I'm not a fan of. I want like some real good caramel, which may be different, because I may have to like put it in the microwave and then drizzle it on there. And that might be a little bit harder for Everest than like, because when you use the sheet caramel, it's like you can do it when it's cold, and then you just put it on there and put the stick through it in the middle, and then you put it in the oven or the microwave or whatever. I think we did microwave once, which probably added to why it didn't taste so good, the caramel. But if you have like real homemade caramel, it is so good, and that's the kind of that like I want to make. But caramel apples, yum. And I want to like hand some out to our like community and our neighbors and friends, you know. Maybe bring them to like a community potluck. I want to play tree slab tic-tac-toe. I don't know if this is even possible, because who's even cutting down a tree these days? Maybe my neighbor. But you need like a big slab of a tree, and you can paint it white in the middle, and then you make a tic-tac-toe board, and then you use like sticks that you've put together in an X, and then you use pine cones, and you can play tic-tac-toe. I think that would be so fun, like as Everest gets older, to play that game, you know. But he's still kind of little to know how to play, so I don't know. A fall salad. I saw this like amazing fall salad with like pear and sweet potato and gorgonzola cheese, and it looked so amazing and Mediterranean, and like with squash and pear, and oh my gosh, it sounded amazing, and it's something I really want to try. So like a fall type salad, I think they have them with like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, that kind of thing. Like adding that on is very fall and tasty and just so the season, you know. I'm really looking forward to, like, even now, like a cozying up with a good book on a cold night, like after the kids are in bed, cozying up, you know, all cozy and comfy up on the couch, and just reading a good book that I'm really excited about and really interested in, and following in the story. And you know, I'm not always available to do that, but I just really look forward to that this fall and this winter. So I really want to make a fall centerpiece. It must be getting really late. Oh yeah, it's 9:20. So I want to make a fall centerpiece. I'm not exactly sure how or what. Maybe it's kind of like flowers or something, if it's just flowers. But I kind of want to do some like fall type colors anyways. I don't know if marigolds are like the like fall flower, but some type of fall type flower. I'm thinking flowers. So I'm getting too exhausted for this. Okay, I want to go antiquing because I think part of like the aesthetic, like you're all cute and dressed up like fall clothes, and then you also have your coffee, like your pumpkin spice latte coffee, and then you go antiquing. Oh my gosh, how fun. What a fun fall activity. Now, I don't know if it would be as fun with kids or two kids, if that matter, two little kids. It might not be as much fun because you're just trying to get through, and that's not really a fun activity with kids. But if you don't have kids, or you can have somebody watch them for the day, that would be a glorious, fun fall activity. And see what you can find, like just treasures galore on a fall day. Oh my gosh. Yes, antiquing is such a fun fall activity. I want to bust open the Dutch oven. I kind of have my Dutch oven open. I think I already did that. I really only use the Dutch oven right now for popcorn in the summer, but I want to start using it for different recipes, like mainly ones with squash. Now, I use zucchini all year round, but I want to start using like the seasonal squash for different meals. I think that is really exciting and sounds like so much fun, and I'm here for it again. Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm not boring you to sleep, but I want to decorate the porch with different fall items. Yes, I want to do the pumpkin deal. So we're gonna maybe carve like a truck in a pumpkin. I think you would really like a truck in the pumpkin, so I need to find like a sketch. But I want to do other fall things like pine cones, different fall. I don't know. I'm not sure because we don't do Halloween, so it's not gonna be like scary or Halloweenish, but it could be like very fall seasonal type decorations. Okay, this one I'm not sure will happen because we have such little kids, but I would love to, even if it's like when the kids are older, like a family movie night outside. How fun! Like put on a picnic and then like have it, uh, what is that called? A projector up on like a sheet, and then just sit outside and have a movie night in the fall, brisk, crisp air, and have like hot chocolate and cozy up together. Oh my gosh. So, so much fun. All right. Next, we are talking about. I'm thinking of like sewing, cross stitch, or knitting. I'm kind of more in the knitting, like hand knitting. I'm not really with like the needles and stuff. Like I've seen that recently, that the needles are like awesome, but I am more like hand knitting. That's kind of what I'm doing like right now as we're chit-chatting. I'm hand knitting this blanket, so I've kind of already done that, and I'm doing that, and then I'm going to be making, once I finish Everest's big blanket, then I'm going to be doing Caleb's, like a big blanket for Caleb, like a humongous adult size. So that will be interesting. And then next, I want to update my wardrobe, like thrifting and stuff, like fall cute type stuff. I think that's more of like not just gonna happen in the fall. It's kind of an overtime situation, but I would like to do a little bit of that. I also need to switch out our summer clothes for our winter clothes, and I feel like we just switched our winter clothes for our summer clothes. It took me so long into the summer to finally do that because we were so flippy floppy with like the weather would get really cold late into the summer. I think we got dumped on snow in like April or May. Still, it was just crazy. Okay, I put make shareable sweets. Like I think putting like a sweet, like basket together, or I'm thinking like gingerbread cookies, like bringing a bunch of gingerbread cookies to different people's houses because my son loves to make them. It's just hard because the last 2 batches we've made, he has sneezed in the batter, so then I'm like, okay, well, we can't share these, and so I'm like, I don't know if it's like some of the different ingredients make him sneeze, but we've done it with chocolate chip cookies and he's done it with gingerbread cookies, and we've recently made these and he has sneezed in the batter, and I'm like, now we can't share that. So I just have to get him to not sneeze in the batter while we're baking it for some reason. And he wasn't even sick with either of those times he sneezed. It's just I'm not sharing batter that he has sneezed in, so there's that. But I want to be making those like a shareable sweet or something like that to bring to people's. I also want to make like an apple pie and bring that to a family friend in the neighborhood. I'm thinking like a backyard dinner, like plan a backyard dinner where we're out in the afternoon. It's kind of like the potluck, but a backyard dinner would be like just our family hanging out, or maybe Caleb's, like our immediate family, like that, all eating together, something like that. I think that's a really fun fall activity to do. That's like to get together and to be together. I saw this recipe that I was like super pumped about. It's called pie spiced apple fritters, and they were like the size of like donut holes kind of. And I am super pumped about trying to make these. Like, I'm always about trying new things and trying new recipes, and this seemed like a really good challenge. Sorry, I thought I heard a baby, but I'm not sure if I heard a baby or not. Maybe you heard a baby and I didn't hear it. Oh, I'm hearing a baby. I better hurry. I might not be able to finish this all in one sitting, but I'm really excited about those. Oh yeah, there's definitely a baby out in the living room. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, let's see. Tailgating. I don't know that I'll be able to tailgate because I don't know anyone right now that plays football besides my cousin, and he is in Florida, so I'm not really around a lot of football players right now, so I probably won't be able to tailgate this fall for football season. I think we're getting the NFL ticket pass, so we'll be able to watch. So it's kind of like we're tailgating, but we're not outside. We're going to be like probably having snacks and stuff, watching professional football, so not really tailgating at all, but just hanging out, eating, game day food. So I want to carve pumpkins this year. I don't think I've carved pumpkins since I was a kid, but because my son is getting a little bit older, I kind of thought this might be a fun time to like carve pumpkins and then like get all the gooey stuff out. And I thought he would love to like play in the gooey stuff and then separate the seeds from the goo, and he can help me do that, and that would just be a really fun activity. And then we can cook the seeds, which I probably have like next or around there on the list. And then we can also like bake like pumpkin bread or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look up recipes, but I want to use something with the insides of the pumpkin. My mom used to do that a lot growing up. Next, you have no idea, but this has probably taken me 3 or 4 days to complete this podcast because of interruptions and just not being awake enough at night to record. And yeah, so many things. I know this is like randomly in the middle of the podcast, but it has taken me so long to get to this point. So many different times I have been recording this, and yeah, anyways. Okay, so next, bonfires with hot chocolate. I am so looking forward to this. And I actually just installed, well, I mostly installed, I didn't quite finish it, but I put up some Edison bulb lights on our porch and strung them up, and I'm charging the what are the solar panels. I'm charging that with a USB so that it's for sure lit, like on cloudy and rainy days. Then you'll for sure have it that night. But yeah, so anyways, I am charging it. It can charge with the sun, obviously, but I want it to be charged for sure for tomorrow, so I am charging it inside today. Anyways, but I'm so excited to have it lit, and then we're talking about getting like a bonfire pit to put on our deck, and yeah, it's gonna be so much fun to have bonfires with hot chocolate out on our deck as the sun starts to go down earlier. Even my son will be able to when the sun starts setting at like 7. Oh my gosh, so fun. My son will be able to do it with us because he goes to bed at 8. So I was thinking like, oh, he won't be able to, but he will when the sun sets at like 7, which I think it low-key set at like 7:30 today, which is so crazy. So crazy. On long nights with friends by the fire talking, that kind of like coincides with bonfire. Sorry, loud noise. Yeah. I just really like long nights with friends by the fire talking and having fun, and it's just so much fun. I don't know. Winter's such a fun holiday, or such a fun season. Fall is the best because it's not too cold, and like winter kind of stinks when you have little kids because you have to stay inside all the time. Like you can go out, but when it's so cold, like they just can't handle it, you know? Anyways, I want to bake with pumpkin. I kind of mentioned this earlier because of the pumpkin. I talked about doing the pumpkin thing. But I also want to bake lots of things with pumpkin this fall. And fall is going to come and go so quick. I never thought about it, but someone mentioned like fall is going to scoot by. And it really does, because winter like could be like next week in October. We could have snow already. So that stinks, but it's literally how it is. So not cool really, but I guess it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I'm not exactly sure what I want to bake with pumpkin. Maybe, have people ever made pumpkin cookies? Maybe that's gross. I'd have to probably make it into like a puree, but like I'm thinking pumpkin muffins or pumpkin pie or pumpkin, I don't know, man. I'm gonna look up recipes because I want to bake with pumpkin. I put this with a question mark because I don't even know. There probably are fall, like start a Hallmark movie. You know, I put question mark because I'm gonna look for some fall holiday typey, like not Thanksgiving. I can't do Thanksgiving yet, but I don't really want to do a Halloween because I'm not really into Halloween. But like fall Hallmark movies, I'm so here for it. And you can judge me if you want, but I really do love Hallmark, and it's so much fun. It's just clean and so sweet, and you know it's gonna be a happy ending, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And sometimes there's a mystery, sometimes I don't know. It's just fun to watch, and I don't know. People say, you know, it's always the same, and yeah, they might be right. It's always the same, but it's kind of not, because there's like twists and stuff. I don't know. Judge me if you want, but I still like them. Cook with seasonal squash. I saw a recipe recently of like this seasonal squash with like pumpkin seeds and a couple different other kinds of squash, like like the yellow squash obviously, but then there's this other like lumpy squash, and I'm down to try that with some like pumpkin seeds, or what are the other green seeds? Are those pumpkin? No, the pumpkin seeds are like white. I'm trying to think of what the other seeds were, but different kinds of seeds that are around the holidays and make like a side dish with it. I really want to try it and see how it turns out. My family may or may not like it. I will probably like it because that's me and not so much my family, but you know, it's good to try new things. Leaf peeping train ride. Okay. Let me explain. What I mean by a leaf peeping train ride is like go on a train ride, like a real train, and look at all the colors change. We do have a train close by that you can ride. I'm thinking about it because we do have a discount, and so I could probably go on that ride. I just don't know how well my son will do. Yeah, but I feel like that would be a really fun thing to ride the train and see all the colors changing, and just a really fun family experience just to ride, maybe get a hot cocoa beforehand and watch the leaves change on the trees as we drive by. You know? What did I do? Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I just feel like a train ride is so, like, nostalgic. Harry Potter, like, sweet. Like, it's just the Halloween, not Halloween, the fall vibe, you know? Train rides, fall vibe, you know? They're like the same thing. I don't know. Bring fresh pie to a neighbor. I've already thought about this. I want to do like an apple pie and bring it to my neighbor. I'm low-key really excited about doing it. They're all kind of sick right now, so I'm thinking of doing it very soon. Maybe this weekend. Yeah. I have been thinking about it, and I think they would really love it. They have a lot of kids, so I feel like that would be so much fun, and they would appreciate it and love it and feel so happy to have something that tastes good while they are sick, you know? Yeah, it's always good to have fun, tasty things while you're sick when you don't feel good. Let's see. Visit a local pumpkin farm. Yes. I am very excited about this. I want to pick out a pumpkin and then carve it, but I already talked about that. But I want to go to a local pumpkin farm because I just feel like there's something, again, nostalgic. Have a hot cocoa. You always have a coffee or a hot cocoa, hot one. Oh, side note, I just had my first pumpkin spice latte, like hot. Excuse me, hiccup. I had my first hot pumpkin spice latte. I've been drinking pumpkin spice lattes like all month, but I've been drinking them iced because it's been 80 degrees. But it was so cold this morning that I got a hot one, and girl, it was delish. The hot pumpkin spice latte it goes down so much quicker for some reason, and it just, like, I don't know, it just hits different. I don't know if the flavor is just like spiked or something. Like, it just is like so much more like oomph to it, you know? It's so much good, better hot. And I just had forgotten because I've been drinking iced drinks for so long. I just forgot the world of hot drinks. Oh yeah, visit a local pumpkin farm. I want to do it because I feel like it would be a really fun morning activity when the sun's coming up, and just beautiful, like, sunny day, like just getting out there and picking out a pumpkin at a local farm and walking through and picking it out. And anyways, yeah, taking pictures. Oh my gosh, those pretty fall pictures. I want to also make pumpkin seeds. I already mentioned this, so I might not talk too much on it, but I am so excited about, like, baking the pumpkin seeds, you know? Like, oh, yes, and yes. Okay, I'm doing something wrong here. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, there it is. Yes, sorry, I was talking about my knitting. So that doesn't make sense to you, then you can't see it. But anyways, yeah, so I want to make the pumpkin seeds just with salt and pepper. I think that's what my parents used growing up, but I'm going to have to call them to make sure because their pumpkin seeds were so good and just like super crispy. Oh my gosh, like bags of them. Yes, because we used to carve a lot of pumpkins growing up, like 6 pumpkins. So yes. I want to use the inside of the pumpkin. I already mentioned that, so I'll just skip over that. Make apple cider donuts. I've heard about these apple cider donuts recently, and I really either like, I don't really want to make these donuts, but I want to try apple cider donuts. So in the like near future, I think we as a family should go to a donut shop and see if they have like a pumpkin or an apple cider or a fall type holiday flavor of pumpkin of a donut. I'm really excited for it. So maybe we can get up early to go do that soon. Where my parents live, there is a little gourmet donut shop, and I bet they have so many fun flavors right now. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe they probably have all the things that I'm wanting right now. But yeah. I want to take a foliage drive with coffee. So again, it's like taking a drive to look at the leaves instead of on a train this time. Now you're taking a drive, maybe like one late morning, like when the kids are about to take a nap, or maybe just drive around during their naps and then they'll just sleep in the car and my husband and I can just drive around. Oh, that would be so fun. And have a hot coffee, and just drive around and chit chat and look at all the trees changing, the leaves changing on the trees. So pretty. So pretty. I want to let crisp air in. I know that's a silly thing to have on a bucket list, but I just love, and it's something nostalgic from when I was a kid. My dad and I want to let crisp air in. So my dad and I would sit with the garage door open on really cold days and get all bundled up and have a hot drink and sit in the garage where it's heated, but then have the garage door open so it's cold and you can just look out like at the rain. If it was a rainy day, we'd all sit out with our lawn chairs right just inside the garage so you're dry, but then you can watch the rain and the sounds and have a fun drink and some snacks. Oh my gosh, the best. And it's just such a peaceful, amazing, beautiful time. And I would love to do that and just sit outside and have the air all crispy and just be refreshed in the nature and enjoy the crisp morning, when the sun's setting and when the sun is rising. Those are the best times to let the crisp air in, I tell you what. Change out my wardrobe from fall to winter. I already mentioned that. Change out baby and husband's clothes. I kind of mentioned that. That's the same thing. I need to switch out bigger sizes for the kids and for winter, because we don't have enough room. Excuse me. We don't have enough room in our house to hold it all at once, so I have to rotate them from the shed. Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking corn maze this winter. How about you? Corn mazes are so much fun, and I think my son is old enough to enjoy it. So if we can find a corn maze somewhere close by, that would be so much fun. I think he would really enjoy it. Corn mazes are so much fun to do it together as a family, to try to find your way out. And just having hot cocoa and fun snacks. Oh my gosh. So fun. So sweet. Map out a scavenger hunt, like a fall scavenger hunt. I'm thinking of like find a yellow leaf, and then go find it. Find a bird making a nest. I don't know. Find a squirrel collecting an acorn, like all fall things, Find a pretty wreath on someone's door, like a fall wreath. find, you know what I'm saying. A cloud in the sky. I don't know. But a fall scavenger hunt is what I'm thinking of doing. Take a family Christmas photo. We have already done that. I think I already talked about that as well. But it doesn't look very Christmassy. It looks like a summer photo. I literally already ordered the pictures. I'm that far ahead this year. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because the picture that we took kind of looks like it's a summer day, because it was super hot, but then the next day it was cold, and it was only last week that we did it, and I ordered it immediately, like after we took it. My sister edited it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this picture's amazing, because, you know, like, Christmas pictures are so hard to, like, get just right and get all the kids happen to be happy that day and happen to look and be happy and happen to look at the camera and want to take the picture and not be having a mood and things just not to go wrong or spill stuff on their clothes or have the right clothes. It's just a big debacle. And the day we took it, it was just a candid photo where we all look good and we're all looking at the camera, and it was edited well. So it's not like the snazziest Christmas photo, but you know what? Again, I'm here for it, and I think we're going to be just fine this year. And it happens to not look very fall-like, but I think we're going to be okay. So I hope that this sparks some fall creativity in you and inspires you to gotta get one more yawn. Don't you worry, I'll get my fill of yawns during this. Hope it sparks some creativity and some fun and fall fun for you, and hopefully you do a couple of these too with your family and enjoy some amazing memories. I love you guys. Please follow along, subscribe, and we will see you next week. Thanks for listening again. Bye-bye.